Welcome to Cardio Pilates Fusion. My name is Maureen and welcome to the Virtual Y. Today's class is a 30-minute class. We are focusing on core, but also adding a cardio component. Let's step out a little wider, feet out a little bit past the hips. Take a big breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Breathe in through the nose, then out through the mouth. Keep your arms out wide and open chest and drop your arms down behind you. Open your chest a little bit more. Open heart to the sky. Then come back to the center and we're gonna march it out. All right, so Cardio Pilates Fusion is just that. We're bringing together components of cardio workouts and Pilates moves. So what I want you to think about when you're doing your cardio part, which will be the first part, think about lifting up through the abs and squeezing the abs for every movement. I use long limbs, so when I'm reaching out, I keep my arms long, elbows slightly bent, but keep them long. That engages the abs a little more. Same thing with the legs. When I'm reaching out a leg, for example, start kicking side to side, but it's not your typical cardio kick. It's a lift, so you're engaging the abs. Let's come back to a march and bring it out wider. Toes are out, knees are out. We're going to do some plies. Come down and lift up. Drop your hips down and drop your knees. All right, big arms up overhead. Right away, this brings the heart rate up. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to come side to side, stretching out through the waist. And last one, let's march it back into narrow stance. Arms coming out to the sides. Drop your shoulders down and roll forward and back. Opening up the upper back and releasing through the shoulders. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Regular march. Bring your arms down, then bring them back, then add marching arms. So this time my arms are bent. Now straighten them out. We're going to have knees coming up. Keep those legs lifting up through the abs. Drive your knee up. Keep your arms straight. And we're going to add on right here. We lift, come down. Hands up overhead. Alternating knee up. Get a little balance challenge there. Last one right here. Then step it out a little wider. And hands to your hips. Roll through the hip joints, loosening up the hips, and reverse. Take a big breath in through the nose, blow it out through the mouth, open up your chest, heart to the sky, come back to the center, press your hands out, drop your chin to your chest, arms coming all the way up and around, reach behind again, open your chest, open your shoulders, and come back to a march. Right leg is leading. Right there. Straighten out your arms. Now bring them up to goalpost arms. Shoulders are down. We're going to start with a knee lift. Keeping your arms out here. Now check in with your abs and we add rotation. Turn. Rotating through the waist. Right now we just have that rotation. We're going to turn and bring a knee to elbow. 4, 3, 2, watch this hamstring curl, press your arms straight back. Long limbs, now check it out, I'm stepping out a little wider. 4, 3, 2, last one, then lift out to the sides, long limbs. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Every time you're lifting up, lift up through the abs. We got 4, 3, 2, last one, march it out. Arms come up to goalpost arms, then turn and rotate knee, driving to your elbow, add that crunch. We got 4, 3, 2, last set, then push back with your arms straight back, hamstring curl, step out nice and wide, press. We got 4, 3, 2, last one, long arms, lift out to the sides, and lift your leg. 4, 3. Feel those abs working to stabilize through the lower back. Right here, we're gonna turn and lift your legs. Out to the sides, long limbs. We have 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last set. Now stay out wide here, down and up. Back to those plies. We're doing it a little quick, so that gets a little heat going through the quads, through the glutes, hands coming up overhead. Do this quick. All right, drop it down, pulse right here, then lift. Down and pulse and lift. Get that heat in the quads, work the hips. Last set. And back to your march. Keep your arms long, up to goalpost arms. Shoulders are down. We got 4, 3, 2, rotate, knee to elbow. Stand up tall, chest is open. We got 4, 3, 2, last one. March it out, long arms. Hamstring curl, push back, push. Get that wide stance. And every time you're pressing back, I want you to think about your abs engaged. You can even do a little breath out. Stay here. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Those long legs and arms lift out to the sides. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 1, and then add that rotation and add your arms lifting in front. So the first time through with this, we had just 1 arm. Now add 2 arms. Feel how that works the obliques. 4, 3, 2, last one. Back to your hamstring curls, push back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. March it out right there. Goalpost arms, shoulders are down. 4, 3, 2, and turn. Rotate, drive your knee. All right, we got a few of these. Keep your chest open. Lift up through the lower abs. 4, 3, 2, last set. Hamstring curl right away. Press back, wide stance. Long limbs. 4, 3, 2, lift the legs out to the sides, arms to the sides. Lift up through the obliques. 4, 3, 2, add rotation, turn and lift your arms, both arms here. Check in with your abs. We have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, back to the beginning. March it out. Goalpost arms, knees up and rotate, turn. Keep this going. We got a nice circuit going. We have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hamstring curl, press back. Big presses and long limbs. So don't just throw your arms back. My arms are nice and straight. Stance is wide. All right, we have 4 more. Last one. Then step out to the side. Long limbs, reaching out. Stand up tall. Lift and lower. Watch your shoulders. You're working through the shoulders, but you're keeping them down out of the ears. Couple more. Now we turn, rotate, lift both arms up. Rotate through the waist, lift up, front shoulder raise. You're nice and strong through the abs. All right, let's march it out. Right there. Take a big breath in, step out wide, come back to our plies. Arms up overhead. Down and up, you're dropping your hips down. You're not sticking your butt out. All right, we got those pulses. Drop down, pulse, and lift. Drop down, 2 pulses, lift. So working those hips, stabilizing through the hips, working the quads, working the glutes. Every time your arms come up, they are long. Let's do a couple more like this. And last one here. March it out, march it in. And take a big breath in and release. Arms are straight out to the sides. Shoulders are down. We got little kicks forward. What I want you to think about is your limbs being long. So lift, lift. As you are lifting up your legs, you're not kicking them out, you're keeping them long. All right, we're gonna add arms. Right here, reach in and keep your back straight, lifting your legs straight forward. Here's a kick, and here's a lift. So you gotta use those abs, you gotta use those quads, and these circle arms. All right, we're gonna add a crunch here. Crunch in as you are lifting your limbs forward. All right, couple more. Here's our last set. Then march it out. Roll your shoulders up and back and down. Step out wider. Externally rotate. Hands are forward. Come down and up right here. Plie. Hands coming up overhead. Toes are facing out to the sides. You're externally rotated through the hips. Last time through with those pulses. Right here. Drop, 2, and lift. Drop, 2, lift. Drop, 2, lift. Every time you come down with your arms, you're keeping them long. Every time you come up, you're keeping them long as well. And wide stance, march it in. Got another set of those front raises right here. Lift your legs in front. Shoulders are down, chest is open, and you're squeezing in. Let's add a little bit of a crunch. 4, 3, 2, last one. We're on the other leg. Step it out wide. Stay here. 4, 3, 2, long limbs, and reach to the sides. Now I'm kind of moving my arms like windmills. Once you start doing this, your arms start to get momentum and you have to resist through the waist. Stay here for more. 4, 3, 2, keep those arms long, and then we're up and over, side to side, working through the obliques. Feel how this really engages your waist. We got 4 more sets. All right, last set coming up. Back to your hamstring curl right here. Long limbs, press back. And watch that lower back, don't arch it. We got 4, 3, 2, last set, and then march it out. Take a big breath in. We're gonna slow our heart rates down just a little bit. 2 steps to the right. Bring it back, go left. Return, and come back. Single steps, side to side. Add your long arms pressing back. Just slowing down the heart rate a little bit so that we can head down to the floor for some mat work. Breath in through the nose and out through that straw. All right, I'm gonna turn and get ready to come on down to the mat. Grab some water if you want to. And I'm gonna come down to seated, and feet are in front. We're gonna still keep our heads up high, up over the heart. Toes are facing up, knees are facing up, palms are facing down, and come back and lift. Hinge back, just little hinges here. Now that work should come from the abs. Don't have it into the hip flexors. If they start going into the hip flexors, make it a little smaller movement. Small movement here. All right, let's do 4 more here. We got 4, 3, 2, last one. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands down. Bring your feet out. And we're gonna start rolling down. I'm gonna come into a wide stance. Roll back, squeeze, navel to the spine, and roll all the way back. Reach your fingertips out, then roll all the way up. Stay with this wide stance. Arms come up overhead and roll down again. Now, if you are just starting out or this hurts your lower back, you're going to keep your knees bent as you're doing this roll up. Roll down. Reach out. Chin to the chest and come back up. Arms come up overhead. Open your chest, but don't pop it out. Keep it going. Feet are flexed. and lift up, come up tall, nice long limbs, and come back down, squeezing navel to the spine and reach out. I'm never quite bringing my head all the way down to the floor. I come down and I start rolling back up again. We're gonna do a couple more like this. Squeeze navel to the spine. Here comes that last one. This time come all the way down, hold it down, and reach your fingertips to one end of the room and flex your feet. And then keep your arms long. Check in with your abs. Engage your abs. And bring one knee in, then other knee in. And we're gonna lift up and press out long. All right, change that feet. Change your feet to pointed toes. And we're gonna come in and open out long limbs. Now, if this hurts your lower back, you are just coming here and reaching one leg at a time. Otherwise, you are here and open up and squeeze in and open up. Keep it going. Watch your head and neck. You can always bring one hand to the head, just making sure you're not pushing it up. As you come in, breathe in. As you come open, breathe out. Keep this going. A few more times. And last one. Open it out, keep it out, and bring your hands right here to the head. Keep your legs out and little movements here, little scissor moves. Watch your lower back. Engage your abs to support your lower back. All right, we have 8, 7, 6, almost there, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead, stretch everything out, lift up your lower back so you can get a little stretch through the abs and come back to the center. We're going to bring one foot in, other foot in, and knees are pointed up toward the ceiling. Reach out through your fingertips. Take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and rocking your pelvis forward. Engage your abs. We're going to lift up, palms are facing down, and you're looking through your knees. Stay right here and little pulses. All right. Take 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. So you go in, out, 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 out. Little pulses. Here we go. So you find that right pattern for you. Breath in for 5, breath out for 5. And it's not a steady stream in for 5 seconds. It's percussive. Keep it going. And release. Go ahead and come on back. We're going to bring tabletop and tabletop and give yourself a little massage through the lower back. And knees stay right here. Go ahead, bring fingertips to the base of the skull and lift up and hold. We're going to do bicycles, but we're going to pause in the middle and reset into that tabletop. Rotate, turn. So I got opposite of what you normally do. I'm turning toward that lengthening leg. Have to stabilize that hip that's up because it's going to want to lift off the floor. Stabilize there. All right, and come in, bring knees into the chest, bring your head down, stretch out through the neck, flex the feet, and bring your knees out, and a little bit of a rock side to side. All right, 1 foot down and 1 foot up. Point the toes, and you can stay here with this knee bent, or you can straighten your leg out. We're going to have palms right here or straight up in little circles. So if your arms are up, it just helps you engage the abs a little more if you are ready for that. Otherwise, your hands can be down here. So drawing just a little circle on the ceiling, trying to keep this hip planted to the floor, and then we're going to reverse. When we do bigger circles, we're going to bring our hands down to the floor if you have your hands up, but keeping your hips stabilized. All right, here we go. We're gonna do bigger circles, and you're only gonna do as big a circle as you can do while your hips stay pointed up toward the ceiling. Check in with your lower back, make sure it's not rocking, your pelvis is stable, and then reverse. So rolling through those hips and holding an orange or a grapefruit between your chin and your chest. And keeping the pelvis stable. We're gonna come down and lift up here, hold, hold. Bring up the upper body, and we're gonna pulse for 2, switch, and pulse for 2. Switch, 2 pulses in, and then switch it out. Keeping your elbows out to the sides. If you need to support your lower back or your head and neck, lower back, you have a bent knee. Neck, you bring your hand to the base of your skull. Couple more here. Last one. Bring this up and bring the upper body down. You either have a bent knee or a straight leg. Hands are either pointing up or down next to your hips. Point your toes and start drawing a circle on the ceiling with the tip of your toe. Keeping your hips planted in place and pointing up toward the ceiling, and then reverse. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And release. All right, hands come down, bigger circles. Really engage the abs. Get that good range of motion through your hips without your opposite hip lifting up. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then reverse. Nice, easy circles. I don't mean easy as in it's easy to do, but nice and slow and easy with your pacing. And last one, we lift up the upper body, hold on to this calf, and then we do those pulses again. Pulse 2, pulse 2. Every time you are pulsing, you get a little stretch, keep your elbows out, and little breaths out there. So blow out your breath, blow out your breath. And think about, if you can, your breath going through a straw. That can help engage your abs a little bit more. Last one on this side. Reach your arms out, reach your legs out, flex at the feet, and we're gonna roll up, chin to the chest. Bring it up, squeeze the navel to the spine, and we're gonna roll all the way over. Get that nice stretch. And sit up tall, arms come out to the sides. Bring your feet out a little bit wider. Shoulders are down. We're gonna turn and rotate. 2 pulses, center, 2 pulses, come back to the center. Now, as you are turning, as you are rotating, keep your hips planted to the floor and try to have this rotation only coming from your waist. And last time this way, we're gonna turn all the way to one side. Reach your fingertips out to either side of the room. Hold right here, hold it. Take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're gonna take this arm, reach it out to the sides of the toe, and come back up to the center. Turn back to the center. We're gonna turn the other way. Turn and rotate. Shoulders stay down, chest is open, and just hold this positioning, holding that tall posture. Turn and rotate toward the other foot and glide down and come back to the center. Big, nice open chest. I have my arms opened out even wider, but trying not to pop out. Stay nice and tall. Open a little further. Then bring your arms down. Point your fingers in towards your hips. Bring your feet in. Push through the heels. And we're going to lift up. Hold here. Straighten out your legs. And lift up nice and long and lean. Now point your toes. Lift up through the glutes. Lift up through the abs. And then come on down and sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet. Take a big breath in and round forward, reaching past the toes. Lengthen your neck and release. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of back work. So come into tabletop position. I'm gonna first do a little hip and shoulder opener. I'm in tabletop position, my wrists under elbows, under shoulders, knees right under the hips. Come into a flat back. Lift your navel up and then support your lower back, and we're gonna roll through our shoulders. I love this move because gravity helps you move through your shoulder and hip joints, but also because you're moving around and rotating position, you're not getting a whole lot of weight all on one joint for any long length of time. We're gonna come back up to the center. All right, take a breath in through the nose, bring your chin to the chest and lift your navel up to your spine, opening up that lower back. Come back to flat back. Let's do that again. So lifting up, pelvis tips forward, and you're reaching your navel up, trying to reach toward your rib cage with your navel, and come back to good position, good tabletop position. One more time. We're gonna lift up and hold and come back to the center. My toes are pointed. I'm gonna get a little stretch through the shins by pushing my hips back onto my heels and push back a little further. Now, some people are really tight there, so that's why I like to do this nice and slow. Sometimes I'm tight there. Come on back into your tabletop position, and we're gonna hold here. We're gonna have one arm and one leg out, hips pointing down toward the floor, and come to the other side. Reach it out. All right, we're gonna add on one leg, one arm. We got elbow to the knee, and back to long limbs. Return to tabletop. Reach it out. Elbow to knee, long limbs, and return. Every time you're returning to that good solid foundation of the tabletop. Reach it out and bring it back in. Let's do this. After this one, we're going to do one more each side and come back in. One more each side. Long limbs out, toes are pointed, elbow comes into the knee, nice and stable the whole time. Your hips are still facing down toward the floor. Long limbs, elbow to knee, reach out and return. Let's come back to that. Lifting up, navel to the spine, and release. We're gonna come down into crisscross legs. Sitting with your legs crossed, doesn't matter which leg is forward, because we're gonna get both sides. Take a big breath in and come over to one side. Have both arms up. Keep this hip planted. Feel that tension with your both limbs up here, how your hip wants to come up. Hold here. And then release this hand down and come a little farther. Think about as you're reaching your fingertips to one side, you're actually pushing or reaching with your hip down to the floor. And come back to the center. Same thing, other side. Lift up, long limbs, lock your hips down onto the floor, and shift your weight to the side. Feel how the side might want to lift up. Resist that. Bring this hand down, and now we do more of a stretch. And come back to the center. Take a nice open breath, opening the chest, round the back, reach the fingers forward, walk forward with a rounded back, feeling that release through the hips. Straighten your back, round the back, and then push back, and we're gonna restack the spine and come back up. Switch that cross. We're gonna do that hip stuff again, hip resistance. Take a big breath in and come over to one side. Feel how your hip wants to raise up. Resist. This hand comes down and reach a little further. And come back to the center. Big breath in. Lean over to one side. Feel that resistance through the waist. Bring this arm down, and we're going to come forward. Come back to the center. Open up the chest. This time, come back a little further. Feel how the abs have to engage. Don't let your knees lift up. Just open up that chest and round forward. Walk your fingers forward, rounding the back and releasing through the hips. Flatten the back and then round again and push back, stack up over your hips and restack your spine and release. We're going to come up to standing to finish out. I like to come into tabletop, roll the toes under and walk back. Let your heels hover over the floor, shift your weight forward and push up, coming into this folded position. Your knees can be bent or straight and fold in. Bring your hands to the front, flatten your back, come back to fold and walk back up the front of the body. Head and neck is the last thing to come up. Let's take a big breath in and release. Let's open the chest, reach behind, come back to the center, press your hands out, opening up the upper back, and nice big circle out. This has been Cardio Pilates Fusion. My name is Maureen, and I'm so glad that you came to the Virtual Y to check this out. If you liked this class or you're looking for other types of classes, you can find more classes on our Virtual Y at ymcanorth.org and check out getting a Virtual Y membership. It's $9.99 a month. You get all the classes that we have. We're putting out about 40 a week and all different varieties. I hope to see you again soon and have a great day.